You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Icy Messi at the end of the game started playing much better in the second half. Columbus, look out, because you're gonna get your fucking ass kicked.
Dude, we couldn't even beat Charlotte, bro.
We're
I'm
gonna
panicking.
fucking kick their ass on Wednesday. I'm
I'm
putting money
panicking.
on it. I tell you not to bet on it to Miami. I'm gonna bet big on Miami.
It's going to be 2 goals Messi, 1 goal Suarez.
Chris, the hair on the back. Welcome everybody to episode number 258 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me is Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
I don't know about you, Danny, but I put money on it.
Me
I put
too.
money on it.
Me too.
And I
I
put
told you
Messi
guys.
first goal scorer.
We knew he was going to get a brace. And just in case anybody doubted me, if you are in the Discord, you know, I let everybody know earlier. Boom. Oh, no, that was the other one right here. Big time game for Messi. He's going to have his best game yet. Brace. And they'll win the Croqueta plate, baby. We are the Croqueta plate champions.
Yes, absolutely. That is beautiful. That
This
preview.
is it. Yeah, baby. We got it. We got the Croqueta plate, baby. So it's a fun night. Second trophy, technically. I mean, I never really thought of it too much as a trophy, but whatever, man. I'll take it. And JP, I don't know if you were watching the show yesterday. Was it yesterday that you guys did the preview show? But I popped on there and I said Messi should win it, but if Messi doesn't win it, it should be Cucho. So,
Yes.
and Cucho wasn't a ghost. I thought Cucho had a pretty good game. But regardless, I'm not here to talk about Cucho. I'm here to talk about Inter Miami and the Supporters Shield champions. I'm not sure why everybody wants to talk about Cucho right now. But here we go. I know Solana said he was going to jump in because he also wants to talk about this a little bit. But man, no point during this season that I think that this was going to be a possibility. I didn't think that we were going to win the Supporters Shield before the season started.
Listen, Lewis is saying it right here.
Oh,
thank you for the $10 super slam. Croquetas are on him for the croqueta plate, baby.
We're gonna fill this up
Ricky
with croquetas.
Bakery, though.
Whatever, I don't care what bakery it is. Man, it a lot to get to. It was a good game, back and forth. It had its drama. Drake won us a second trophy.
Yes,
I mean, literally, he won it for us. Big time save. And man, it's really, really cool that we got our second trophy and that we got something that I don't think I was the only one that said that we weren't going to get it before the season because of the fact that we knew that the summer we were going to be without Messi and Suarez for a while. We ended up going over 2 months without Messi. But here we are with the Croqueta plate, home field throughout the playoffs. So if we make it to the finals, it will be a home game at Chase Stadium. I am hyped. I'll pass it on to you so you can. You know what makes me even happier? Even though they didn't get, at least I don't think they got to hold up the plate today, that they did it in the black kits. Because I hate those pink kits.
Yes.
I'm really glad that they got to wear these.
Well, it's not only that, but then also look, it would have been nice to see them hold it up against the Columbus Crew fan base. Because like Ohio fans are starting to get awful at this point. Shout out to all of you people that have joined us from Ohio. I'm sorry.
Well, we know some people from Ohio at this point, right? And a lot of them were coming at me about the Busquets red card. And I'm sure we're going to, not Busquets red card, I'm sorry. What they say should have been a red card. And I'm sure we're going to get into that. Yes. We're going to get into the red card that they got by Camacho. The fact that Patrick Schulte is a piece of crap. That guy sucks. I say it every time we do a Columbus preview. He sucks. How is he getting called up to the U.S. men's national team and Drake isn't? Today alone should tell you Patrick Schulte sucks. He sucks. Stop calling him to the U.S. men's national team. That guy sucks. So, and then Chris is here having a sneeze attack. I don't know what's going on with you.
Yeah, I don't know. My cat's kind of going crazy, so maybe that's what that could be. Listen, the referee, I felt like he reffed a pretty decent game. It got out of control at some point, but Taylor Twellman's commentary, if any of you listen to the English broadcast, and I try not to be hard on Taylor Twellman, but his commentary, Taylor, if you're listening, your commentary on Sergio Busquets' play with Farsi is a little exaggerated, just a little bit. We'll get to that.
I don't know. My daughter was crying throughout a lot of the game, so I didn't get to hear a lot of the commentary. But what I will tell you that I did hear, I don't know if it was Twelman or the actual play-by-play guy, but one of them before Cucho took that second PK said he's only missed one PK in his professional history. And when he said that, I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking miss. He's gonna miss. He got it even better. He blocked it. I thought he might go wide or something, but he got it blocked. He did the good old field goal jinx that they do in the NFL when they say a kicker's never missed. So that had me hyped also. Yeah, man, all in all, it's a great night. It's a great freaking night.
I think this is where we're going to see the turn of Drake Callender. I think this is where we see him get into gear, like really get into it. And then Messi, I mean, it was a great performance. The first 15 minutes of Messi's performance was not the best in terms of like there was just things that weren't panning his way, right?
But look, this is the thing. When
he owned the rest of the way.
Columbus likes to hold possession, and for the most part, they allowed them to hold possession. But when to start the game, I mean, but when they hold possession, it's very difficult to one, get the ball, two, progress. Like Messi and Suarez were basically non-factors the first 20 minutes of the game.
Yes.
And then, and I know we're going to go in order, but just real quick, the 22nd minute, I think they got possession of the ball, and they held possession for like a solid 2 minutes. Like that's, I felt like that possession is when the game changed. That 22nd minute mark, they get possession, they start passing the ball horizontally back and forth, working their way up the pitch. They eventually get a corner kick, which leads to that goal that I called back, which we're going to get into also later, which I thought was stupid that it called back because Diego Gomez had nothing to do with that play. But I thought that was the changing point of the first half. And then we kind of took control of the first half after that. But again, I know we're going to go in order. I know that we're going to get into the starting 11. Shout out to Tariq. Where you been? I haven't seen Tariq in forever.
Tariq, you've been lost.
There we go, baby. We got the plate, Tariq. We got the plate.
And Tariq is adding more croquetas onto that plate. Thank you for
there we go.
$10 super slam, Tariq.
All donations go to croquetas over here. Where's There we go. That's for Tariq. So all right, so we can get started at the beginning. Oh, this is another one. Aria, shout out to you.
More croquetas.
More croquetas, baby. Vamos, Miami.
Yeah, Messi masterclass. Drake standing tall. Game wasn't even close if it wasn't for two handballs from our defense. 46 down, 47 loading for sure.
Look, I went back and I screenshotted. Go ahead.
I did bet Messi, Mo Farou, and so for what's his name, Joey, that's in here. I did bet Messi first goal of the game and an Inter Miami win. So I did get that bet.
We told everybody after the Charlie. We told everybody after the Charlie game. Bet big on Miami on Wednesday. Yes. We knew that they were going to win. No chance that they were going to lose this game. We were going to win this game. We're going to break the record, which I don't really care about the record too much, but I knew we were going to win, and I told you we're going to win today. We're going to beat Toronto, and we're going to beat New England, and we're going to beat New England and get the record for the most points in a season. It's a done deal. Bet the house. It's happening. We got the croqueta plate. We're going to win the MLS Cup. It's a wrap. Messi's going to win MVP. It's a good day to be a hair on.
And guys, press the like button while you're here. It's absolutely free.
And if anybody's here for the first time, please hit that subscribe button also. And let's go. So let's start with the starting 11. Starting 11. Were you surprised with the starting 11?
Well, one, I was surprised that Matias Rojas wasn't starting. But then again, Diego Gomez is filling in the left wing role. I mean, as you guys could see here, and for those of you on audio, we'll map it out. We got Suarez up at the top striker position, Gomez left wing, Messi right wing. And then you had a pretty stuffed sort of a backfield, I guess. You had a back five with Alba left back, Weigand right back, which were kind of like wing backs, Allen, Busquets, and Frey playing center backs, and then Bright and Redondo playing like the CDM role. So that, and of course, Callender. Yeah. I mean, but for the most part, they were playing, like you said, they were playing box to box. Callender, of course, was in the sticks. I didn't mind this. I kind of had a feeling that he'd go five in the back And I knew that Allen was going to get the start. I knew that Allen was.
I knew Allen was going to start. I thought that I was on the fence about Frey. I wasn't sure if Frey would get this to start. Once I saw Busquets might start, I thought he would start at center back, and they might go with 4 in the back. I'm glad that they went 5 in the back. I kind of like this. I like Noah Allen as a center back.
I don't agree with this, Dennis. I don't agree with this.
I think Noah Allen has grown on most fans as a. Go ahead. And then Dan Tank says Danny went from blaming Campana last match to now we're winning everything. Well, what has changed? I always thought we were going to win everything, and I still blame Campana for not playing well this season. I haven't changed my stance on any of those points. But yeah.
Well, and he didn't come into the game either. Now, like I said, looking at the starting 11, I didn't mind it. I mean, Matias Rojas sitting the bench, I kind of surprised by that. But at the same time, where would you place him here? Unless you're removing a defender and you're mixing it up.
Right. You would go 4 in the back, and you would either take off Noah Allen or Ian Frey, and then you would add him to the midfield, which is what I thought might be a possibility.
Yes, exactly. So I think that this worked. I was happy with this 11, and Messi started. Yeah.
And I don't know if we're going to talk about this too much tomorrow morning. What time is it right now? It's 10:25 here on the East Coast in the United States. Because I know we got people from all over the world.
Yeah.
In 8.5 hours, we'll be back on here drinking coffee, cafecito with the Herons. I'll be on here with Solana, and we're going to talk about MVPs and also about the Toronto game coming up. So make sure that you don't miss that, because I don't think we're going to be talking too much MVP. Well, you know what? Teaser. Messi's my MVP. I know a lot of people don't agree. I know especially Solana hates on that take. He says that everybody in the world's going to laugh at the MLS because he only played half the season. I don't care. I think Messi's the MVP, and that's that.
Well, and I just want to go ahead and put this up here. I don't know when we're doing this.
Hold on. We got another one.
Yeah. El Bigote.
Coming up. Filling up the croquetas, baby.
Yeah. No, I mean, at this point, we're going to have to go and buy a truck full of croquetas. El Bigote saying add some más plus to the croqueta plate, but it's only for pouring it out in celebration. And absolutely. Because if I see Danny drinking it, I'm punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And but I don't know where you're going to be going, Danny. But Esteban Dito says, "Howdy, Chris, Danny, the OG Batter Herons crew is back together." Yes, Esteban.
We do have a special guest though, Esteban, because although Solana is going to join me tomorrow morning for Cafecito with the Herons, and make sure you tune in 7 a.m. Eastern time. If I know a lot of people from the UK like that when we do that time because it's good for them, but Solana did want to jump on here for a bit tonight because he is also hyped. So here we go. Without further ado, Mr. Daniel Solana, how are you doing, sir?
I don't know. How are you guys doing?
Oh, here we go. Popping bottles.
Let's go. I said it. 45 minutes till I pop some champagne. We got the champagne. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Now, Danny,
bottles,
what do you think about your boy Cucho missing that PK, huh? MVP. Get out of here, bro. You're wearing another shirt tonight.
A couple things. And again, this is what I'm going to get into this tomorrow morning, okay?
Hold on, Danny. Hold on. We need another round of applause. Alejandro, you're the freaking best, dude. You're the freaking best.
That plate too.
There we go, baby. Rocking the croqueta. I want everybody in Miami to be walking around with one of these in their hands tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
no, and with croquetas on it. Thank you so much.
I came on here. I said yesterday Messi should win MVP. And I said if Messi does not win, if Messi does not win, that it should be Cucho. And if you want to get into the Cucho versus Suarez thing, we can, because I thought Suarez didn't have a great game today. But whatever. Again, we'll talk about the MVP thing another day. What are your overall thoughts, Solana, on here before we keep breaking down the game? What were your overall thoughts on the game?
I mean, it was exactly kind of what we talked about on the show yesterday with Chris and with Ty. I mean, we said Inter Miami was going to win. We talked about it. Inter Miami couldn't give up any, at least get a point. And that's what they did. Bro, I love the claps, bro. Keep the claps coming, especially when I'm talking. It never happens when I'm talking.
Well, that's true. All right. Alejandro, appreciate you, Alejandro. I didn't see yours. Much appreciated. I gave you the clap, but I didn't see yours. Much appreciated, Alejandro. We got plenty of croquetas. I'm gonna fill this thing up with croquetas. But I don't know if I have time to find the croquetas for tomorrow morning's cafecito with the herons. I'm gonna see if I can do that. So your overall thoughts? Did you think we had any chance of winning the croqueta plate before the season? What the hell is that?
This is the best plate I got. Amanda asked me where's my plate. This is the best I got for you. This
Does that go in your microwave?
This allows premium ventilation for the croquetas.
That's for his air fryer, man. He took that out of his air fryer.
This is not for the air fryer. This is premium ventilation.
All right. Real quick. I lost the comment. Oh, there it is. And yes, for those of you wondering what, I did side with him as far as Cucho over Suarez, 100%. Yes, I did side with Tank. Yes, I'm not with Tank. I'm sorry, with Ty yesterday. Solana, did you think that we had any chance of winning the Supporters Shield before the season started?
Absolutely.
You did. Okay.
With the team that with the team that this front office put together, I thought and we said it on the Spanish show earlier in the season that we thought that they should win everything, not just the Supporters Shield and the MLS Cup, but also Leagues Cup and CONCACAF Champions. Obviously, with the first two, not in our hardware area, you got to win the other two. And so I think with the way the team was constructed, it was a done deal. They've been on top since game one, so it wasn't a surprise at all to me.
I thought, we fell out of a top when we lost to Cincy at 6-1 that game, but that was the only time we were in top. I didn't think that we were going to win because I knew Messi and Suarez were going to be gone. And up until Copa America started, whenever Messi didn't play, we either lost or drew. So I did not think that we would. But I know Solana is always overconfident. So I don't remember, but I'm not going to doubt you that you did say that they would win that. But I didn't think that it was a possibility. Once we started winning during the summer without Messi and Suarez, then I said, all right, we could do this. All right. Go ahead, Chris.
Well, Dennis is asking, Solana, where's your I'm sorry Drake letter? I guess since you're coming in.
I don't need an I'm sorry. I never said he was a bad player. I just said he needed to get better with his feet.
You said you wanted CJ Dos Santos over him.
No. If you go back in the episodes, I've been saying under the pipes, Drake Callender is probably the best, if not one of the top 3 goalkeepers in the league. Now, with his feet, he's an absolute disaster. And you saw that again today. He had 4 or 5 times where he got the ball at his feet, and it literally went back to the Columbus team. There was 1 or 2 times where he kicked it and went to Suarez's head, and there was another time where we played out of the back. But other than that, he just kicks it, goes to the other team. Now, underneath the pipes, and I agree with you. I was listening to the show before I got on. Schulte's trash. There's no way Schulte should get called to the national team before Drake. That's absolute garbage. Garbage.
Yeah. He did get tackled by his center back, though. His center back totally annihilated him. He didn't even look back. Like, there was no cohesiveness, no teamwork at that point. He got destroyed.
Well, he needs to go eat some chili from Skyline Chili and gain some weight then, because clearly that's not the way. But I don't know, man. I'm with. I mean, I've been hard on Drake only on his feet, never under the pipes. I've always said he's been fantastic under the pipes.
Yeah, he's a goalie, and you're right, Mike. Yeah, we had about 1,000 over when Messi first got. That was insane. But I think everybody is pretty critical of his footwork and knows that he's a great goalie when it comes to defending, I guess, blocking, being a Spider-Man, essentially. I think that everybody is pretty aware of that. I think it's pretty obvious.
I know we have our love affair with CJ, you and me, Chris, but I mean, we respect Drake. I mean, we've never not once said that Drake is not good or he's crap. No, we just think that CJ's better with his feet. Now, under the pipes, Drake's the better goalie. That's the reality.
I don't know. You guys have said that you want to see him out there over Drake for some games, and I think that's blasphemy. Deadly
Dildo.
Yeah, I got it, Chris. There's a reason why I didn't read it out. Jesus Christ.
I'm just reading the name. It says Deadly Dildo.
All right.
Yeah, I got it. Guys,
I'm going to let you guys continue the show without me. I'm going to go
all right.
sleep, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow morning for Cafecito. I just wanted to hop on, pop some champagne with you guys, show off the supporter shield.
Yeah, I'll see you in
8 hours.
8
20
hours.
minutes.
We'll drink some coffee together in the morning. Make sure that you join us tomorrow morning. We'll be talking Toronto MVP and a lot more. We have a lot of fun on Dos Cafecitos with the Hair on show. So.
That way, Esteban Dito comes back, bro. I feel bad. He hasn't been able to watch a show in like 2 months. So I'll get off that way he can come back, bro. Come back, Esteban. We love you.
God.
I'm still waiting for the beer, man. Hopefully the New England game. All right, fellas.
Yes.
Love you guys, man. Congrats on winning the championship.
Yep.
Later.
All right, let's go. All right. I forgot where my train of thought was. Oh, shout out to Tariq again, man. Much appreciated.
Oh, nice. Okay, he's giving us a little update.
I had to stop by. Sorry, I'm late responding. It's all good, match. Much love. And Tariq, I believe that you usually join us for the cafecito in the mornings. I don't know where you stay, but it seems to be better for you. So hopefully you could join us tomorrow morning. All right, but let's get back to today's game. So starting 11, Mez, it's not by choice. I got a newborn. I don't sleep anyway, so might as well talk some Herons.
Oh yeah.
And David with the thank you. I haven't even looked it up. Bernadette House on Saturday because of red card tonight. Awesome. But like I said, we're gonna talk about Toronto tomorrow morning. So no surprises. I was happy with the starting 11. I think you might have been happy with the starting 11.
Yes, absolutely.
Game got started, and I thought that goal from Cucho
My goodness,
was
comment. Joey, you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Joey.
A couple of things. Everybody in the chat, love you. Please hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. Second, be ready for Chris to be extremely distracted, because when there's this many people in the chat, he can't help himself, and that's why I'm talking to myself for most of the time.
I'm a big as shit in the comments.
What did you think of that Cucho goal when the game first started? What were your thoughts before we found out that it was offside?
So before we found out it was offsides, I said, "Oh, this is no bueno. This is no bueno." I mean, but then you saw that it wasn't going to pan out. It wasn't.
Somebody was trying to get too saucy. They did a step over instead of just giving him the ball when he made the run, and that's why it was offside. And I mean, I think we lucked out because that was a beautiful finish.
Yeah, he got really upset because he wanted the ball at a certain moment.
He kept going, dude, just give it to me. What are you trying to get saucy for?
Yeah, and you know what? I got to read this because he wanted me to read his name. Mike Hawk says, "Joey coming in hot as always." Joey, keep that same energy, Papa, please. Okay.
No, I'm glad Joey did that. And also, shout out to Joey and fuck you to Chris and Solana for start talking about like people smelling farts, and I don't know. I was like, what are you guys talking about? Like smelling Messi farts. I was like, what is going on here?
Listen, maybe I went a little drastic. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't read the comments on YouTube. Joey, I told Joey, look, it's all in fun, right? And everybody's passionate about things, so I get it. Joey, look, you're welcomed. Everybody's welcome. Okay, there's no blockades here. All right.
So the first half, Cucho scores that goal. A little worrisome to see him score that quick goal, but then we get our footing right. I felt like they had control the first 20 minutes, but like I said, when they got the ball, and I know some people are sickos and they'll go watch the game back. I'm one of them, so don't worry. When I'm calling you a sicko, I'm calling myself a sicko also. But it's nice watching the game back when you already know the result and you're like, okay, I can just enjoy what happened. When you see the 21st, 22nd minute, there's a moment there where they get the possession of the ball, and they really didn't possess the ball the majority of the first 20 minutes. They get the possession of the ball, and they hold on to the ball for a solid 2.5 minutes, and they slowly build their way up, holding possession until they get a corner kick. And that corner kick is when they scored that goal, and it was called back because of an offside. A couple things. One, I didn't think it was an offside because I didn't think Diego Gomez was involved in that play at all. Like, I know that they say a defender followed him, but I don't think that where the ball ended up, that defender had any play on that ball anyway. So I was very surprised that it was called back, but maybe that's just me. I'm kind of curious what the chat thinks. I'm kind of curious what you think.
I mean, look, they weren't gonna give the call. I mean, but there was a couple goals, there was a couple plays that there was a couple offsides that they called back, or they called offsides, and we're talking about toes. Like, for example, the goal the goal that happened, there was a little bit of space in between. Who was it? I think it was Rossi and Jordi Alba, if I'm not mistaken. The goal where they gave Rossi his first goal.
Yeah.
The first goal that Diego Rossi scored, he was.
Yeah, you
he
couldn't
was
call
out.
that back. I was
I mean,
glad
you
that they didn't
can,
call it back.
but technically speaking, right?
Mm-hmm.
It matched up with the line, the box line. You could see that he was inches offsides. Now, this goalie essentially, I mean, this referee was essentially trying to call everything as unbiasedly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and look,
Well,
a lot of people are saying it should be a goal. It was a goal, and I get it.
But that's why, and I don't. Well, I guess we'll talk about that Rossi goal in a second. I'll tell you what I think there.
Well, we're
But
kind of jumping all over the place.
well, I mean, because there was a lot of things that happened in this game.
Yes.
So, like, you
Let me tell
refer to
you,
one thing and another go.
By the way, I'm going to tell you right now, and I mentioned this earlier, this was probably one of the best games this season.
Yeah,
so
for
far,
sure.
one of the best games.
And I think MLS really messed up in not making it some type of a standalone game. You know how they did with Toronto, where we're playing at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. NYCFC, we played at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And you pit what you even before the season, you knew that these were going to be two top teams, and you pit it on a Wednesday at 7:45. I thought that was a big misstep by MLS, because this should have been a game that every MLS fan watched.
Isn't that technically 6:45 in Ohio?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. And Mr. Krabs, you can be offside from a corner. Remember, they took that corner short, so technically it was a corner, but he really kicked it short. I think it was Busquets. Busquets passed it back, and then they did the cross. So it really wasn't off of the corner kick.
Oh no,
they played it short first.
And it
but
is
again, I was surprised. I was very surprised that they called it back, because I did not think that Diego Gomez being offside, or the defender that supposedly followed him, either one of those players had any bearing on that. I thought it should have been an own goal. I don't know what that guy is doing, Kevin Nashing the ball the way he did. He ran in there and like he did the Ryu from Mortal Kombat, where he like jumps up and like bends one. Like I was like, what the hell? I don't even know what kind of defending that is. Like it looked really weird. But I thought it should have stood. But at that moment, I started feeling more confident in the game. I never thought we were going to lose. I always thought we were going to win. But I felt really good when I saw that happen. I was like, all right, we're about to get things rolling.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about the penalty that happened with Sergio Busquets. Did you watch that?
The non-penalty.
Or the non-penalty penalty, whatever you want to call it. That play where Sergio Busquets was going to be called.
You mean
they actually gave it to Farsi. It was a yellow card, yes.
The foul.
They actually the foul to Farsi, because he legitimately lunged, and then in reality, Busquets touched the ball first. Now, and maybe this is just me not knowing the sport, but if I see Busquets make contact with the ball first, right, and Farsi is already following back and he hasn't made contact just yet, if he's the one that's going into Busquets is not lunging at him, how could that ever be any yellow or red card to Busquets? And why is Taylor Twellman saying that Sergio Busquets violently, purposefully went to kick Farsi in the thigh area, or whatever the case, in the hammy area? And he kept on pressing on that. I said, this is rough, Taylor.
I mean, it wasn't a good look because it was studs up into his leg. But I agree. Farsi came in second. And that's why I think when the referee went to them, he went and was ready to give Farsi a card until he saw that Farsi was really hurt. And then he kept the card in his pocket. And I think that if he doesn't go to give that card to Farsi, I think maybe Busquets ends up with a yellow card, maybe even a red card. I don't know. But Busi went for the ball, but he did make contact with his legs with the studs.
Well, and again, I'm not asking because I want to say Taylor Twellman is a tool, because that's not what I'm getting at here.
I thought it was going to be a yellow card. I'll be honest. I thought it was going to be a yellow card. The fact that Farsi came in late was why I thought that it wouldn't be a red. But the fact that he made contact with his studs into the guy's legs, I thought that it would be a yellow card. I was surprised that he didn't get a yellow card. And you know what I really hated? I don't know
Yeah.
what they were talking about, and obviously it was just like all right, I understand type of deal, and then they walk away. But the fact that after that, right before play starts again, that Busquets shook hands with the referee, I was like, oh God, we're gonna see this stupid video everywhere now. Like
Yeah.
Busquets shaking hands with him after he just got done basically kicking through that guy's leg. I really hated it. Not because I think anything bad, but because I know that everybody's gonna use that stupid video.
Well, and again, I'm legitimately asking because I want to learn. I want to know. And Amanda's saying Farsi was out of control. He's an out of control player. He's fast. He's wild. I would love for
He's
Farsi
the reason
on our
Gresso
team.
he's the reason Gresso left Columbus because Farsi took his spot.
Yes. Now, and then Shadow is saying on the follow through, Farsi hit Busquets studs with his knee. See, that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to understand, right? Is it like studs in, doesn't matter? Or is there like things that you can look at and say, well, Busquets didn't see him, or Busquets made contact with the ball first. He had, better position on the ball than Farsi did, right? That's what I'm trying to understand. I'm not sitting here trying to say Taylor Twellman's a tool. I'm just trying to say
I think he was overdoing it with the amount of times that he brought it up.
Oh goodness, yes. It was a little bit overwhelming, but whatever. It is what it is. Now, Federico Redondo gets a yellow card, so bye-bye for Toronto game this Saturday for Federico Redondo, right? He didn't play that great this game anyway.
And that was a stupid yellow too.
It was really
that was
dumb.
really stupid. They I think it was just the start of play because they had just called a foul, and then he just randomly runs up. Yeah, and he randomly comes up behind Nagby and just randomly throws his leg through his body. Like it's like almost like he purposely wanted to get the yellow card. It was really weird. That was really annoying.
Yeah, and Mez is asking, do you guys like the pink or black kits? Obviously, Danny's wearing it.
I think that pink kit is the worst kit in MLS history. That's right.
It's the worst color.
That's how extreme I am. I think it is an abomination on kits. They should get away. Just let us wear black throughout the playoffs. I hate that pink kit. And I own it.
Well, the pink kit, I do have. No, I don't have a pink one. I don't have the new pink one. The black one I need to buy. But I'm thinking about not buying the pink one. But oh well. So we move on, right? And again, Joey, I know you're going to kill me because I said something negative in the beginning about Messi. I didn't say anything negative. It just took him a little longer to roll. But when he got rolling, he rolled downhill. And in the 45th minute, he ends up setting us up with a beautiful goal, playing perfectly with the ball around a ton of pressure. And just
he brought it down with his chest.
Yes.
He dribbled around two defenders and then just slightly pushed it past the goalkeeper to the bottom left. Like pure class. You could pay for school, but you can't buy class. And Messi is just full of class. And that's why he's the GOAT. That's why he's the MVP.
That was a great play. I mean, just the pressure that he dealt with and how he dealt with the pressure, the goal aside, just the way that he moves with the ball with so many players around him is magical. It's magical.
And I love the way, Tank, you're thinking. I love this. He's going to wait to buy his two kits next year when they have a star on them. Ooh, yeah. Don't get me excited. Our Battered Herons logo is going to have a star on it also after we win it. I'm adding a star on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Danny, that was beautiful. But then we also move forward. And then 5 minutes after the 45th minute, Messi ends up getting another goal off of a free kick, which I expected it to go in, but not from that angle. And then that's when Taylor Twellman starts asking, oh, man, you should put like 5, 6, 7 people on the wall. Like, come on, man. Come on. You think the goalie's going to throw his whole team at the wall? Who's going to cover everybody else? So that was beautiful. Amanda with a super slam here, $9.99 super slam. Amazing, Amanda. Much appreciated. And there goes the croqueta play. We're adding.
There we go. And I meant to have.
And it up after a while.
Yeah, I got you. But thank you, Amanda. And yes, Messi, GOAT, Suarez, master of the dark arts. Yeah, I mean, Suarez is the one that drew that free kick, that foul. And Messi, did you? I know every time that you see Messi line up, you know it can go in.
Yes.
But much like, and I know we're going to talk about it later, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but whatever. Much like I told you, I knew Cucho was going to miss that second one when one of the announcers said he hasn't missed one, or he's only missed one in his entire career. For some reason, I was like, Messi's going to score one here. We're going to go up 2-0 heading into halftime again. And that's what I was thinking when I saw him line up. Like, he's about to score, and we're going to go up 2-0 again. Now, do you feel comfortable being up 2-0 after the last couple of times that it's happened? I don't know, but when I saw him line up, I was like, this is going to go in. And then Schulte sucks on top of that.
Well, Wilfred Nancy, you can't challenge him. He is a good in-game coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and Mike V is mentioning to everyone, tomorrow we should go out with pots and pans de calle ocho. There's no school tomorrow, guys.
True.
There's no
Very
school
true.
tomorrow. So yes, if you guys go out there, I'll go out there with you guys. Okay.
Yep.
Was I comfortable? Yes, I was comfortable. 2-0 lead into the half, starting the second half. I was comfortable, but then obviously we got to look at our competition. We're not playing a bunch of schmucks. This is the Columbus crew. They're in second place for a reason.
And
Best
just real
defensive
quick,
team.
yes, in the league, 100%. And before we get into the second half, somebody asked, and I lost a comment, who's the leading goal scorer? I don't know if that was a serious question or not, but just in case it was, the leading goal scorer for the team in history is Campana with 31 goals. And Messi is now in second place with 30.
So he's already passed Higuain?
Higuain. Yeah, he passed Higuain already.
Oh my goodness.
So Campana should have that record for a solid what? Maybe he holds it until the last game of the season. Maybe. I think depending if Messi rest. So Campana has played 96 games, and it took him 95 games or 96 games to break the record. And Messi has played a solid 34 games. He has 30 goals in 34 games. Oof, the guy's a monster.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's Mez is saying he's now going to pass Campana on Saturday. But Tony Axe is actually thinking that Campana is going to start next game.
Well,
this
is something that people have not talked about yet. So you'll hear this for the first time here, and I'm sure people eventually catch on. Messi is one goal away from tying the goal scoring record in team history. He is also one assist away from tying the assist record for Miami history. So one solid game of a brace and 2 assists, and all of a sudden he is standing alone by himself with both those records in Inter Miami history. And the fact that we're playing against Toronto and New England, I don't doubt that he gets, if he plays those 2 games, I don't doubt that he gets that.
I'm trying to see here who's the leader in goal scores this year. And Benteke still owns it at 22 goals.
Messi's in third place.
Yeah.
Messi is in third place. All right. So second half starts. And I'm sure that Inter Miami fans that have watched my Inter Miami versus Columbus in the past are probably a little worried because less than a minute into the second half, all of a sudden Diego Rossi scores off of a like deflection. He gets the ball. Beautiful goal, the way he curls it into the back post. Shout out to Diego Rossi.
Yes.
Great play. I want to hear in the chat, and I want to hear from you, Chris. The moment that they scored that quickly in the second half, are you having flashbacks of the League's Cup where they came back and beat us 3-2?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was terrified after that. I said, this is it. This is the beginning of the downfall within the first minute. That moment had Wilfred Nancy is going to outcoach Tata written all over it. He went in halftime, re-strategized, first minute, get gold on. And Wilfred Nancy is basically saying, I'm here to destroy you guys. That was a dark time in the game, Amanda, for sure. A lot of people are saying no, they weren't surprised.
No, I asked if they were worried. And I wasn't worried either for some reason. I don't know why I felt so confident in this game. I think it's because so many people have talked crap about the fact that the team isn't playing well with Messi, which I think is the stupidest thing to say. But the fact that everybody's like, oh, maybe we're better without Messi. I'm like, wow, how could you possibly say something dumb?
Yeah.
So I knew that we were going to come out today and we were going to win, and we would win because of Messi. Because for people to say that, this is the way sports works, right? I watch all sports, and usually when you really when it's a great player, right? Like not a regular, like a great player, like a LeBron James, and you're like, oh, maybe he lost it. Maybe the team is better without him, and there's a big game coming up. I promise you, LeBron James is dropping like a 30-point triple-double. I knew that today, big game, and all the crap that people have been talking, Messi's gonna have a big game, and he showed up.
Well, I mean, that goal didn't last too long because 2 minutes later.
Was it 2 minutes? I thought it was like right after.
It was 2 minutes later, at least according to the time slot. I think it was about a minute and a half, maybe less.
Oh, you know why it was 2 minutes later? Because they checked.
Alejandro almost died.
They were checking for the offside, so that's why so much time went. Because I felt like it happened immediately once the start of play happened.
Yeah, and according to Dennis, he says, I'm 100% actively trying to jinx us. Maybe. Because at that moment, I was actually thinking about putting in another bet and putting the over on.
Well, luckily you said you were thinking about it and you didn't do it.
And I didn't do it. But luckily, within 2 minutes later, a center back decided to destroy Columbus Crew's goalie. And Luis Suarez, being the veteran he is, backs up, waits for disaster to occur, and does a super header into the goal. And I thought to myself, that looks kind of wide. And then I thought to myself, that other center back looks like he can get to it.
I thought the other center back was going to get to it also. I was like, why didn't he run? I thought he was going to kick it off the line.
Yeah, I figured to myself, he had to be close enough. It looked like he was close enough. But then when I saw that the ball ended up going into the goal, I said, this guy probably wasn't close enough. So it is what it is. Carrie Hoffman is mentioning they're drinking with the shield.
Oh, so they're celebrating with it already? Oh, I'm missing it.
Yeah. There's people mentioning in the chat that on Inter Miami's Instagram and Twitter, they're already celebrating with the plate, popping bottles with the plate.
Oh, I see it. I see Jorge Mas walking in with the plate.
So we're
really fun. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing that in about a week and a half, 2 weeks and a half. And Dennis Lopez is mentioning, I'm gonna put a picture of you on my dartboard for that, Chris. Listen. I made it up. I won a bet today with Messi being the first goal scorer and Inter Miami winning. So I guess I'm not that bad of a jinx. But yeah, so Danny, I mean, if you weren't scared and we ended up scoring a minute or two after they scored on us, I'm pretty sure you're like, this is it. It's over.
Oh yeah, once Luis Suarez scored that goal, I was like, it's a wrap. Because the little hope that raised in with it, because I'm 100% sure that Columbus fans and even Columbus players are like, all right, we've done this before, we're about to do it again. And Luis Suarez completely killed that. He murdered it, took their souls and just ripped it out, just tossed it away. And I thought it was a wrap after that. Now, obviously, we started playing handball inside the box after that, and then almost risked it, but yeah, I was pretty confident.
I want to mention something here, and I have to question this. Miem is mentioning celebrating drinking Mas Plus. That's not possible. That's not true.
Yes.
Were they really drinking Mas Plus around the
picture? I was just looking at it. Let me see if I can find it.
No way. There's no way that's true.
Yes, it was Messi holding the blue one.
No way. The blue one? That's the worst one. No, wait, go back.
Hold on.
The picture is zoomed back out.
No, something popped up on my screen.
Let me see that. Oh my goodness. He actually is holding the blue Mas drink. That's the worst one.
That is the worst one.
That's the worst one.
That I will give you, because I do like the Mas drinks, but I do not like the blue one.
Yeah, Alejandro mentioning murder was the case that they gave him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, after that,
it's funny because something
go ahead.
Something that just popped up on this picture that I noticed that I had never noticed before. It's kind of weird. You see that tattoo that Messi has?
The little kiss.
The lips. That's kind of okay. Messi. All right.
Messi got a little spicy on him, bruh.
I thought Messi spicier than I thought. A little.
I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check the video. A lot of people are saying that the video was epic online. So
I'll have to check that out. Very cool. Very cool. I'm very glad that we're winning and gonna keep winning.
well, all I know is that after that, Cucho ends up scoring a penalty, right? And that was the penalty that was off of the Noah Allen handball, where Noah Farsi,
so weird.
Where Farsi ended up kicking it in, but it looked like it was out, but it wasn't out. He kicked it in. I mean, there's nothing you could do about that. And you know what hurt the most in that play is I knew that the moment that play happened, everybody's going to look at Noah Allen and say, you played like shit.
I don't think anybody
off
said
of
that.
one play. There was a couple people in the beginning of the show that said Noah Allen didn't play great. I thought he played great.
I thought. Look, and I know we're going to talk about it in a second, but I thought Ian Frey played his ass off. I thought Ian Frey has such a good game. Ian Frey needs to be, if not the right back, he needs to consistently be the center back because nobody else outside of Jordi Alba, nobody else can handle the ball the way Ian Frey does and progress the play from the back line to the midfield the way he does. How many dribbles did he have where he dribbled the ball all the way to the midfield? Like he was constantly doing it. Ian Frey defensively, there was one play where there was somebody that was going to get past him. He slid, got the ball, and then as he's on the floor, he kicks it away from somebody else that's about to recover it.
Yes.
Like Ian Frey is a monster, and he needs to get more playing time. And shout out to Robert.
There we go. Croquetas for that croqueta play, baby. Does your crew look nasty? Look crazy with good 10 players. What's up with that? Had me tight. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to get into that for sure.
Before I get to other comments, Alex LP is saying blue one is awesomeness, bruh. Alex,
you know what,
tell
Alex?
me you're 17 without telling me you're 17.
Well, Alex, I haven't drank the blue one, I think, since we did the test. But because I disliked it so much, I never gave it a second chance. But because I ended up liking the other three flavors, I'm going to have to give the blue one a second chance. I might like it.
And we have Maxi V that's saying, speak Spanish. If you're referring to us, we do. And we do a Spanish podcast. And I don't know if you wanted to say that in Spanish, so that way Maxi V kind of knows.
Hacemos un programa en español cada lunes a las 10 de la noche en vivo. Y pueden ser parte del chat. And we do it every Monday at 10 o'clock. So,
in case anybody else wants to join. It's a fun time.
Battered Herons en español es el canal en YouTube.
Yeah, right. I mean, Atati is asking, someone explain how is the playoff format. It's basically the top 8 teams. One plays against top 9, but then the 8 and 9 team play against each other.
And a one-game playoff.
Who's the 8th? Yep. Mm-hmm. And then 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, 3 plays 6, 4 plays 5. And then little by little, they start to win until, the ends of the brackets make it.
Tati, if you haven't already, do us a favor, like and subscribe. And then when you go into our videos, not the live, you go to regular videos, we have a video where we explain the MLS rules, MLS playoff format, the Champions Cup format, and we have a video that explains all that stuff. And if you still have that question, in about 8 hours, I'll be back here with Solana doing Cafecito with the Herons. So drink some coffee with us. And if you have that question, we could explain it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, because we do get home court advantage, Robert A. We do get home field advantage.
Yes, we have it all the way to literally every game.
Well, let's keep going. Darsh is asking, share the link in chat, Danny. So I'm assuming he's talking about the Discord or the Spanish. Which one do you want, Darsh? Let us know.
I'll put the Spanish one. I think he might be talking about the Spanish, or she. I don't know.
So Rudy Camacho ends up getting a yellow card and then a yellow card and getting booted out of the game. 63rd minute.
Oh, sorry. Real quick. Yeah. The MLS podcast for some reason popped up first. I'll forget it.
Bigote is saying home court. Yes, it's only because he said home court. So I also said home field. So Adarsh is asking for the Spanish one. We'll go ahead and we'll put that up there. So while Danny's working
actually, for some reason, it's not letting me comment. We actually tried to put this show on Twitter today, but it says that we need to have one of those little verified things. But because I had originally put that, now it's not letting me comment. So after the show, go back to this video and I'll put it in the description. For some reason, it's not letting me add to the chat.
Shout out to the dudes Abides with a $4.99 super slam.
Oh, another one!
Great night to celebrate the season.
I wish I had the new sound. But
thanks for the excellent podcast. We appreciate it, man. We try. Danny tries even harder. So much appreciated, guys.
Oh man, why is it not letting me put anything in the chat? Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, for some reason it was blocking it or something. I don't know why. But so like I said, Rudy Camacho gets the yellow and yellow, gets booted out 63rd minute. We're basically playing about 30 minutes, 10 on 11. And then Redondo gets off the field on the 69th minute.
Oh, wait. Did you already go over you went over the red card already that fast?
Well, yeah. I mean, the red card was the Rudy Camacho where he ended up getting the yellow card. And then got the double yellow card, essentially.
All right. I was able to add in the Spanish podcast link there. I don't know why it doesn't let me do the MLS one. Okay. But did you think that was a red card or a second yellow?
Listen, I brought this up on Twitter. And he went studs up for the tackle, and he was late. Now, how much contact he had, that's neither here nor there, Poppy. Studs up is studs up.
This is what I'm talking about.
Let me get my plate.
Look. Shout out to Justin Blair. Much appreciated. And, everybody that has been donating today, Super Slams, we've been cheering. But, Justin.
You get the booze because you're in Ohio.
Yeah, Justin. We love Justin. Shout out to Justin Blair. He was celebrating the Supporter Shield last year with Cincinnati. So shout out to him and appreciate the Super Slam. But boo to you, sir.
Yeah.
What a beautiful shield. 5 points.
So I was mentioning about the red card, right? Studs up. It's studs up. He attacked the player. That is a vicious tackle. Whether he dug studs into his body or not, regardless. That, to me, was worse than the Busquets play.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's worse than the Busquets play. I think the Busquets play needed a yellow also. Now, the unfortunate thing for Camacho is that he was already on a yellow. But I thought that he made contact with the ball. I thought he barely touched Redondo, to be honest with you. I was surprised that he got that yellow.
He did barely touch him.
That's why I was surprised that he got that yellow. Yeah. I don't know. Studs up. It was a dangerous play, technically. But I thought that he barely made contact with him. If I was a Columbus fan, I would be upset that my guy got kicked out for barely making touch. I understand. And I agree, Tony Axe, because although he barely made contact, it was a dangerous play. But if I was a Columbus fan, I would be upset that my guy got kicked out for that and that Busquets basically just destroyed this guy's leg, even if he came in late and he didn't even get a card. So
all I'm saying is if you're going to be by the law, if you're going to be like pure equality in terms of what you're calling, and Mr. Krabs just out of nowhere saying probably thinks Maluma is a good singer.
Where does that even come from? Actually, I like to vibe out to Maluma, by the way.
Alejandro, this is not a dollar store plate. This was pretty expensive. Okay, let's not do all that. I make quality cuisine on this. Okay, so look, if you're gonna be neutral in terms of how you're carrying out the rules, okay.
Darsh doesn't want us to be neutral.
But I mean, look, if you're a referee, you have to call it neutral. Studs up is studs up.
No, but he's saying that we shouldn't, because I think because I'm saying that if I was a Columbus fan, I'd be pretty pissed also.
Well, too bad. Too bad. You're a Columbus fan? Sorry. You're a loser anyway.
Eesh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe that's a little too much. I tend to do that sometimes.
Danny should learn the soccer rules. Look, I get it.
Oh
I'm
my
saying that
goodness.
if I was a Columbus fan, after what Busquets got away with without getting even a card, that I would probably be upset. I understand that it's a dangerous tackle. I think I started by saying that.
And apparently you probably think the earth is flat, Danny.
I do
So,
not. The only time I considered it is when Kyrie went to Brooklyn.
ooh, nice.
Yeah, I considered it. All right, so go ahead. So he gets off, and then at that point, when they're down to 10 men, is there any doubt that we're winning in your mind?
I really didn't think that we would, because look at how much pressure Columbus was putting on us after the 75th minute. Like it felt like we were down a man.
Mm-hmm.
And Columbus had the advantage when it was quite the opposite. And I started thinking about it when I was watching it. I'm like, okay, we got 11, they got 10, but Messi doesn't play defense. Suarez is hot and cold on defense. So in reality, it's 9-on-8, right? So
Well, yes, that's true. And this is very funny, Anonymous. I do not acknowledge Solo as the tribal chief. Yes, to your point, I was thinking the same thing. Because when you're down to 10 men, you're worried about defending, right? But when they held possession, it's almost like they were still a man up, because Messi and Suarez don't really drop back. Suarez was dropping back a little bit, but they don't really drop back to defend. So for the most part, them on the attack was just about the same whenever they could hold the ball and hold possession.
Danny, J.S. Mudge is mentioning here, shout out to Joseph for scoring a brace in front of 18 people in Atlanta. Is that true? Is that true? First of all, were there 18 people in Atlanta? And second of all, did he really score a brace?
I believe the brace part.
Because I think I bet Montreal as well in a parlay.
Oh, God.
I think I did. So, okay. Carrie Hoffman is saying yes, that he did. And Sergio confirming, yes, he did. Okay. Nice. One of my other parlays hit. Let's go.
Just a random thought that just came to me. Man, I can't believe what we're living through right now. And I don't know, we have 416 people in here. I don't know how many of you guys are feeling the way I am. But, man, I am on such a high right now. And that's coming from somebody that at the beginning of the season, I told you I'm not a big fan of Supporter Shield, because what I want is to get the star. And I didn't think that we would get it. But, man, we have the best team in the entire MLS.
Yeah.
Literally the best team in the MLS. And we're only on our 5th season. I feel so effing good right now.
Well, it's something to feel good about, and then it's also awesome because we're going to be able to experience this, if not more, next year. Like next year, it's only going to get better, right? I can only imagine.
Yeah, but I'm trying to live in the moment. I am, and we have the best team in the league, and it just doesn't feel. I don't feel as great as I did after, because I went to the League's Cup final, so I was there celebrating in person. So it doesn't. Oh, super slam, super sticker. There we go, Carrie. Where's my shit?
Premium plate.
Appreciate you. So I was there in Nashville, so it felt different. That was like a high, like a first trophy. Messi had only been there a month. I was like, what's about to happen? But this right here, it feels a little similar. Shout out to you, Robert. You also, especially if you're the bill. I don't know if it's you flipping the bill, but if you are, shout out to you, because if it was my wife, I'm flipping the bill. I feel really good, man. I feel really good.
I mean, Amanda's saying Griezmann's coming next year, but I mean, a lot of people think that he's going to go elsewhere.
It's a foregone conclusion that he's going to LAFC. And I don't know if you guys listen to the Battered MLS Fan Show. We do a Battered MLS show every Wednesday night where we have podcasters from across the country or from the league join us, and we talk MLS, and we find out some interesting things about each team. And one thing that we found out from LA is that one of the reasons that Carlos Vela, and I don't want to get off into Miami too much tonight, but one of the reasons Carlos Vela was brought back to LAFC is kind of the reason that we say that Sanlehi guy was brought to Miami to bring Neymar. Vela apparently is like almost like the best friends with Griezmann. So that's one of the reasons that Vela was brought back to LAFC. Apparently, that's the rumor going around. So everybody feels like it's a foregone conclusion that Griezmann's going to go back to LAFC and going to go hang out with his buddy Carlos Vela. So don't even like all those rumors, though. I wouldn't put too much into them because I don't think he's coming here. He's going to go to LAFC next year.
Now, I want to talk about that play where Ian Frey got called for a penalty for the handball, right? Because they ended up giving them the handball call. But when I looked at the replay, it doesn't look like he made his body bigger. He actually kind of like propelled his body to the side where he's not like outstretching his arm, right? He's literally going like this. His arm just happened to be like right here.
I don't know. Let me tell you what I think, and then Miami King will tell me if I don't know soccer again. I don't know. But there's a reason why when people are defending in the box, they put their hands behind their back because it's not so much that you're purposely making, but if you change the trajectory of the ball, then it's a handball inside the box and it's a PK. It sucks, but that one I think that's more than what Noah Allen did, because Noah Allen, like, that ball was basically out.
Well, this is a good explanation here. Tony Axe is saying arm in unnatural position.
Yeah, because when he's sliding, he
penalty. This is a very good explanation.
Yeah. So I don't know if Miami King or whatever his name was is about to go tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about again, but just in case.
Go learn soccer. Read the rule book, Danny.
It's okay. I don't mind people criticizing me. So it was a PK. It was unlucky. What I didn't want is for people to come out and like you said about Noah Allen, I didn't want them to trash Ian Frey's great game, because I thought Ian Frey had a great game, and I was like, man, I hope that people don't like just look like don't really watch what's happening and be like, this scrub gave up a PK. We need David Martinez back. Like, I didn't want somebody to come out and say that, because I'm sorry, I'll take Ian Frey over David Martinez. That's how highly I think of Ian Frey. Yeah, I thought he had a great game, and I would really love him to see him playing consistently. Like, if we're wasting Tam and Gam, whatever the hell, on players like Freire and David Martinez, like, save that money and use it somewhere else, because we got Ian Frey, or give it to Ian Frey.
Absolutely. And he deserves it. Coming back after an injury that he had like that last year, and then to be performing at the way that he's performing with the limited amount of minutes that he's had to play, I mean, he's been great.
Supporter Shield t-shirt. Nothing cooked up yet. My wife, for those of you that don't know, my wife is the owner and runs the store that we promote, and she is the artist behind everything, and she is currently a slave to a 4-week-old that just doesn't unlatch from her bosom. So she has no time to create absolutely anything right now. But we do have a cafetera, which was the Leagues Cup. So there you go. We have a cafetera, and we have a shirt for the cafetera also from last year. We'll see if we have time to make a supporter shield. So
maybe a cafetera on top of a plate would be a good one. I mean, we're here like doing backstage. We're doing backstage conversations here now, Danny. But yes, and Carrie Hoffman is saying the joy of babies. Absolutely.
Let me tell you something. We couldn't have done it in a more Miami way. Miami chose not to win an MLS Cup the first 4 years because they wanted to first win a cafetera, then a croqueta plate. Does it get more Miami than this combination? Right? We got the Miami. Well, now we're ready for the MLS Cup because we got them.
Tenemos el cafetera, el plato, y ahora faltamos el vaso.
Now there's coffee in here, so I can't actually because I wanted to woo, but don't want to spill it. This is sweet nectar here.
Well, that like I said, we have the cafetera, we have the plate, and now we're just missing the cup for the coffee.
That's it, baby. That's it.
So, right. Look, that call, the handball call, led to a penalty. Cucho versus Drake.
I thought they were going to tie the game until the announcer said, He's only missed one kick in his career, one penalty kick in his career. And I said, oh, yeah, baby. The jinx is on. And my boy Drake came to the rescue. Shout out to Drake. He doesn't get enough credit. F. Patrick Schulte. He sucks. He shouldn't be repping the United States of America. Give that shit to Drake. I swear to God, I'm going to go on a full campaign. Drake over Schulte. I'm starting it. I'm sorry. And I'm going to tag the crew. I'm going to hashtag everybody. Drake over Schulte because Schulte sucks.
Well, shout out to you, Samuel.
I promise, Samuel, I will give you a better sound next time. But for now, shout out to you guys. If you're on here and you haven't subscribed or liked already, please do us a favor. It helps us a ton. And much love to everybody that's showing us love tonight.
I think that was a phenomenal block. I think that that's the turning point for Drake, hopefully. And Marasovic is true. Look, playoffs are a different thing. So I think that this is where we're seeing the turn, though. I think that this is where Drake is going to get in his bag.
Look, man, and I'll give Solana and you because both of you both constantly say you like CJ Dos Santos because he's better with his feet. For the record, when CJ Dos Santos played, I haven't seen him do absolutely anything that Drake can't do. Okay, you guys see that he's so great with his feet. I haven't seen him do anything as of yet. I'm not saying he can't, but I haven't seen it during a game where I'm like, oh man, yeah, Drake can't do that. I haven't seen it. So I will appreciate for you to stop disrespecting Drake because Drake needs to be the starter, needs to start getting more respect from you, Solana, and everybody because Drake today was the, what do we say, MOTOMOM, man of the match other than Messi. That was Drake today. So.
Well, I thought that was a beautiful play. I think that he's going to get in his bag now. And luckily after that, there was just a couple substitutions. Matias Rojas comes in way later than when they tried to get him in the game. Yannick Bright got a yellow card.
Diego Gomez had to throw himself on the ground to get Matias Rojas into the game.
Yeah, even though he was waiting there for 5 minutes and they didn't want to bring him in. So all I'm saying is this was a very good game, very scary game, very entertaining game. And Mr. Krabs saying Daniel wants a Rene Higuita like goalkeeper on Inter Miami. I mean, he would be bad.
I would love Rene Higuita on Inter Miami. Yes, I would.
Yeah. It was a great game. In reality, I'll tell you, like I said in the beginning of the show,
that was epic, Kerry. That was epic.
Yeah. To me...
Oh, did you just drop your croqueta plate?
No, I got it right here. I was making it flat on my table.
Oh, okay.
So
Respect
it was the
plate,
best game. It was the best game, if not one of the best games of this year. It
was very entertaining. The fact that they got 2 PKs and they really couldn't do much against our defense, but they almost got 2 handballs to save their game and get a point out of that. How would you have felt? Well, no, before we get to that, let's finish the game. They gave 10 minutes of extra time. When you saw 10 minutes, did you think, oh, shit? Because I felt confident when Cucho scored the first goal and they got called back. I felt confident when they scored that first goal and start the second half. I felt confident throughout the whole game. When they gave 10 minutes of extra time, a little doubt creeped in my head because of the way we've given up 2 leads to end up losing points against NYCFC and Atlanta. When I saw 10 minutes, I was like, oh, shit. I started thinking about NYC and Atlanta immediately. That was the first time I got really worried.
Well, the worst part is you give 10 minutes, and 10 minutes in a soccer game and a football game is an eternity. It's an eternity. Anything can happen within 10 minutes. They could literally score 2 goals in 10 minutes. I mean, we've seen people like Indiana Vasilev score 3 goals in 10 minutes. Your favorite player of all time. And Alejandro, you have 1,000% right to put this comment up. For those of you on audio, Alejandro, rightfully so, is saying, Danny, you didn't want the croqueta plate.
I did.
You know what?
I got it.
Alejandro, he has the fake one. I have the real one with existential breathing capabilities in
Well,
here.
for the record, for example, okay, let me break it down to you, Alejandro, because I know you got some stuff going on. So Alejandro, let me give you an example. When I went out on October 10th, 2010, I went out not wanting to ever get married, but guess what? That night I met my wife, and I'm happy I did. You know what happened tonight? Tonight I got my plate, and I'm happy I got it. Okay. Maybe sometimes we don't know what we want until we got it. And now I know I got it and I love it.
You don't deserve a real plate. Stay with that foam, whatever that plate is. And Mitch is asking,
you randomly went to find a random plate in your oven. I had this before the show started. Don't criticize my plate.
well, I didn't want to get the plate because mine's is not really a plate. Mitch is asking me to put the Marshall's pizza plate away. Listen, this is breathable technology, Mitch.
All right, and
this.
Shout out to Robert. 5:30 a.m. work status. We did it 100%. And if for some reason you are in the car at 7 a.m. or wherever you are, we'll be back in a couple hours at 7 a.m. for Cafecito with the hair on. So make sure you join us then. All right. So what I was gonna say is 10 minutes. I was a little worried. We got through the 10 minutes. We won the game, right? And we're about to wrap it up. If Drake didn't block that shot, that penalty, and we end up going into Saturday, we draw tonight. How are you feeling?
If we would have drawn tonight, I wouldn't have felt very confident. I wouldn't have felt very confident because this is kind of like a big stakes game. I feel like this game represents more than just a game. Like, I feel like it represents more, something that matters way more, and that's going to carry over throughout the remainder of this season and the postseason.
Yes, I think that it would have. Well, how could I put this? It would have sent off, like, I don't. I'm gonna say this in a very weird, bad juju. I don't know how else to say it. Like, because 4 draws in a row, 3 of them coming when you're up, and you give up a goal late. I think it would have definitely been an ugly look. Especially, yes, and you took the words out of my mouth, Dennis. Especially that we were up and we were down a man. I'm sorry, they were down a man. Like, that would have felt the worst. And the fact that it's against Columbus, probably our biggest competition to get to the finals, and the fact that they did it to us during the summer.
Tank is saying he's not still feeling 100% confident even after the win.
Well, I think it's because we still haven't declared CJ Dos Santos as the starter.
And Tony Fiddler saying, nice tribute to your wife, Danny. Good on you.
Yeah. You find things you want when you're least expecting them. So
yes. Well, that was a phenomenal game. Who was and the real Akeno saying, Hala Miami. Great. Hala Miami.
All right. So my man of the match, other than Messi, was you know what? I think Drake is. Well, I'm gonna say Drake. I think it was Drake, because without that save, we don't win the game. So I have to give it to Drake. But honorable mention, Ian Frey. I think Ian Frey had a great game, and Yannick Bright also had a good game. Also, I think most people had a good game. Who got the get pena performance?
I'm gonna tell you who got the get pena performance, and it's gonna be Taylor Twellman and the co-host.
Okay.
Taylor Twellman.
That's a good one. I wasn't expecting that was a good one.
Taylor Twellman for his gas baggery in regards to his exaggeration of the Sergio Busquets tackle, and his co-host after, I believe it was after the first Columbus goal, or maybe it might have been after the second Messi goal, says Columbus 0, Messi 2. That really got me upset. He said that, and I know he said that.
What was it? I'm sorry, I missed it. I was reading Tank's comment.
He said, I think it was after I think it was after we scored our second goal, or I think it was after Messi scored the second goal.
Okay.
He said Columbus 0, Messi 2.
Oh,
not Inter Miami 2, Messi 2. which I get it. Messi technically has 2 goals. But if you're
But
speaking in terms of teams,
no, but don't mix it. Just big. It's not that big a deal. Like for example, they do that in the NBA all the time. When a team plays a really bad first quarter, for example,
yeah,
and I'll just put LeBron out there because I'm sure everybody knows who LeBron is, and
yeah,
LeBron has a decent one, and it's like LeBron 16 and I don't know the Knicks 10, and
yeah.
that's what they do. So it's not that big a deal.
Well, if I was to go with a player, I'd say Redondo.
Yeah,
Redondo gets the Que Pena award, hands down.
yeah.
If
The
you
que
were to
pena
look at,
performance, que
yeah,
pena.
and if you were to look at like the scores of all the players in Foot Mob or
Who do you think has the lowest? And
Sofa
by the way, if you
Score,
haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and like the video. We appreciate you guys. All of you really do. If you
yes,
had to choose, who do you think was the lowest scored or graded
E-
player?
either him or Christoph.
I don't think Christoph got. Oh, he did, and it was Christoph. Oh no, he didn't. No. Yeah, he did. He was. It was
He
Christoph.
got the lowest
Yeah, but of the
Ooh.
starters,
of the starters. I'd say Redondo.
it was Redondo and Wegan. They were both tied for lowest, 6.5.
Wow. Well, Wade Gaunt was very high up, a lot higher up than I've ever seen him all this season.
He was playing midfield, and I like that him and Frey, like he was playing like an inverted fullback sometimes because he would work his way to the midfield and then Frey would be out wide. I kind of like
Yeah.
I like the combination of Wegan and Frey out there together. Now I know once we get healthy with David Martinez back and stuff and Thomas Avila's back, I know we're not gonna see this, but I do see that. And I'm assuming that Christoph got it because he almost scored an own goal.
Yes, absolutely.
I
I
thought
saw
that.
that. I
thought it was
saw
going in.
that, and I said we have to ship Christoph immediately. Take
Yeah,
whatever financial hit and just get him out.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I was like, Jesus Christ! I really thought that he was going to score that own goal. And there was another one that Cucho lined it up and almost hit the back post. And I thought that might go in also. There were some scary moments. It was definitely a
Yes.
fun game.
Listen, I want to mention something, and for those of you that have been listening to the podcast for a long time, will know what I'm talking about. I don't know if you remember when I used to talk about Coco Jean, how we picked him up in the bargain bin for like $5.
Yeah,
We need to put Christoph back in that bargain bin and just ship him for whatever anybody wants him for. So
who do you think was the highest graded outside of Messi? Because Messi's obviously 8.9, the highest graded.
outside of Messi, I mean, the easiest would be Luis Suarez. He would probably be the highest.
Yeah.
Other than him, I feel like Bright did very well. I think he got a lot of steals.
Yannick Bright was the next one. Yep.
Yeah, I feel like Yannick Bright hit it real well. I feel like Jordi Alba did pretty well as well.
Yep.
Other than that,
Ian Frey, Busquets, Gomez, all graded high.
Yeah.
Drake Callender. Oh no, it was Drake Callender after Luis Suarez. Look, this was just a great
nice.
game. Outside of Redondo, because he was inconsistent, he was giving away balls, he was committing really dumb fouls. That first yellow on Nagby was really stupid. Outside of Redondo, I think everybody looked pretty good.
yeah.
And shout out to
Redondo
Tata.
was the Capena.
Shout out to Tata. Everybody with the Tata. Mike V didn't join us tonight. Everybody with the Tata out.
Where's Mike V?
He won Supporter Shield. And when you think about the fact that he won the Supporter Shield and that he was missing Messi for 2.5 months, missing Suarez for over a month, and he still won the Supporter Shield, you may say that the roster was good, but I am 100% sure that the majority of you before Copa America said, no way that Tata will ever accomplish this. Tata needs to get more credit. 100%. He should be coach of the year because he won the Supporter Shield in the way that he won it. And Mike Longan, shout out to him, Inter Miami show, constantly say that Tata is a mid coach. Tata sucks. Prove me wrong. Win the Supporter Shield. Well, Mike, he won the Supporter Shield. And you're going to keep talking crap. Yeah, no, he's going to keep talking crap. Just like, oh, he needs to win the MLS Cup. Oh, but he did it with Messi. Give Tata his due because Tata deserves it. Everybody said that he got out-coached by Nancy last game. Yeah, maybe the substitutions were late, but the game plan that he laid out worked well, and they should have won that game. This game, they won. Give Gata his flowers.
Yeah, Amanda, I think I did see this. But she's saying that my V got his Tata out comments in early. So I think he just
Oh,
came
okay.
in, did a drive-by, and then left.
All right. Well,
So
and I was getting
the
criticized by
mics are
some
getting
people.
cooked.
Some people were criticizing me earlier because I posted this right here earlier this afternoon. Right when I usually like on Twitter, I'll say like join us live tonight, and I added for our Supporter Shield celebration show. A lot of people felt like I jinxed the team. That's how confident I felt that we were going to win today, because
Hold on.
I knew it.
I want everybody to bring that picture back up. Bring it up.
But
Whose
that's the little
plate?
toy.
No, whose plate looks more like the picture?
But
No,
that's not a
bring yours
real
back up.
shield. But
I'm
that's not a
even.
real shield.
I'm not even. We're not doing this.
I
Bring your
create
plate
the
back.
thumbnail. I'm telling you that that's not the real shield.
Bring the plate back. I don't care. That's not even. That's
Okay.
not.
Who has a more similar fake shield? Is that what you want to know?
No, I want to know what plate looks like.
It's not the
one in
real
picture.
shield. It is not the real shield.
I'm just speaking facts here. That picture that you have up there, I don't know whether it's real or not. I'm just going by what it shows there. No. Danny's plate looks more like the Supporter Shield. Get out of here. You guys don't know quality, breathable aerodynamics.
What does that have to do with it looking like the shield? Anyway, look, we're gas bagging at this point. We are Supporter Shield winners. That means we are the best team in the league this year, which is an accomplishment all in itself, because that means we've had a really fun year watching some football. We've played now 32 games. We have 20 wins, 8 draws, only 4 losses all year long. And coming from a fan base that had to suffer through constant 6-game losing streak under Phil Neville, this is a breath of fresh air. This is something that we need to enjoy, because even if we keep getting big names and we end up having good teams in the future, a team this good isn't going to be something that we necessarily can expect consistently. So enjoy this. I do think we're going to break the record, and we'll probably talk a little more about that tomorrow morning. That's my spiel. Maybe if you haven't liked or subscribed, make sure you do so. Chris, do you have any final words?
Listen, this was an entertaining show. Jason L joining us a little later. The 9-game losing streak last season was god awful. Absolutely correct.
Did it get to 9?
Yeah, I
thought it got
believe
to
it did
7.
get to, I think it did get to 9 at some point.
I tried to erase
Tank-
that from my memory.
That time period in your memory.
Yeah, that was rough.
Well,
Doing this show was rough.
Yeah, it was. It was awful. It was.
I remember I would, for those of you who know, we always had guests on to preview a show. And I remember when the guest would be like, yeah, we might win, but we'll win like 3-1. I'd start laughing. I'd be like, you think we're going to score 1? You crazy? Like it was a really dark time doing this show. It's been a lot more fun when we're winning than those times, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, this was like I said earlier, it was the best game of the season, if not one of the best. And you guys in the chat have been phenomenal today. Guys, don't forget to like and sub. Tell your friends about this podcast if they like Inter Miami, anything sort of soccer related.
Yeah, and like I said, me and Solana will be back in now 7 hours and 20 minutes. I'll be back in this chair doing cafecito with the Herons, drinking some coffee. So if you get up ready for work or anything, join us. We'll be talking some more into Miami, probably talking more about tonight's game and talking about Toronto coming up this Saturday.
Yeah. Good to go, fellas. Thank you so much, guys.
So if you are listening on audio, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that other good stuff. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends to join in on the fun. And for those of you in the chat, as always, you guys are the best part of the show. We appreciate you hanging out with us for the last hour and 25 minutes. And for everybody that dropped the Super Slam today, much appreciated. We appreciate the love. It's a fun night. And if this is what a preview of what it's going to feel like on December 7th when we celebrate the actual championship, I can't wait. Well, that game, I will be there in person because it is a home game. It is my wedding anniversary. So I already told my wife, this is how we're celebrating our wedding anniversary this year if we make it. So it is what it is. So no gas bagging. We'll be back in 7 hours. And so until the next one, which is in 7 hours,